Hey guys, still there. Welcome back to Wargame. It's Wargame Red Dragon, and yet I'm gonna do the Great Scandinavian War. Now I can imagine that might be confusing. The Grand Scandinavian War is something that was in Wargame Ireland Battle, or, well, something reminiscent of it. Important to note, this is a mod for Red Dragon that does not work with Ash and Shadows. So I'm on vanilla Wargame, as you can see. Now, what we have here, and I'm going to read the description from the mod, is a situation. We have Finnish, Norwegian, Swedish, Danish, Dutch, United States, UK, French? Yeah, France, RFA, I'm not exactly sure what that is, Canadians, Anzac, USSR, oh sorry, that's, that's us, versus USSR, the Polish, the Czech, and the RDA. Now we have 250 starting points in this campaign. Both the player and the computer get high cohesion. We have more Air Force and more AA for the AI, big battle groups, and several specialized 1 to 3.6 ratio of units, easy to play. You're starting with Scandinavian forces. European Navy and Marines come in from the east, US comes in from the west. 82nd Airborne and more tanks will be available. Some names and units descriptions have been changed, and the Adriatic Islands is also included in this mod. Now, this thing overwrites the Second Korean War, and I had a quick look at the mod, a quick look at what we can call in. This is gonna go, I think, either of two ways. One, it's going to be a series of, I think, 20 plus episodes. Two, I get murdered in the first 2 episodes. This is where the fun starts. This is again the attack on normally USS Enterprise. Right now, HMS Ark Royal. The Ark Royal has a couple of ships. We have a couple of helicopters, some Type 21 frigates, an Oliver Hazard Perry class, which I'm not exactly sure what it's doing with the Ark Royal, but it might be on lease from the Americans, an LCU, a couple of Chamseries, and 8 Super Itandar aircraft. That's 35 units. The AI starts with, and I'm not even counting the aircraft, 140 units in the naval tab. That is 14 resupply ships, 10 Sovereign with 9.4 kilometer range anti-ship missiles, 28 Tarantuls, 12 Nanushkas, 12 Ludas, H-Jang U-3s, 20 muskets, thank you very much, 12 attack helicopters, 12 Mi-14 attack helicopters, so they have both these with the KH-31A, but in total we have 24 helicopters, and to top it all off, they have 12 Su-27K aircraft, which are all armed with one anti-ship missile, but if that thing hits, well, you're going to be in the shit for a bit. Interestingly, normally you just have, I believe, the launch battle button. I can avoid the battle if I want to. You may avoid the fight and withdraw to an adjacent friendly sector. This is not going to cost me any morale, it's not going to cost me any cohesion. I don't think that I'll be able to spread out these surface ship units, but I might be able to bring in some reinforcements of my own, especially if I have 250 starting points. So, as opposed to what happens normally in the Second Korean War, I'm going to avoid this battle and fall back to Naval Sector Juliet, where we have a German escort flotilla number 2. Now, this is not particularly powerful. It comes with 1 Congo, 6 Pohangs, 2 LCUs, and 4 Donghaes. None of those are really powerful contenders against the might of the Russian Navy that you see here. But I might be able to call in additional ships. Now, we've repelled the Soviet attack. Not quite. We just evaded the Soviet attack. Now, key here, no, I don't want to move that group. Key here is that we have a lot of starting points, 255. That allows me to bring in a lot of units, and trust me, I'm going to need them. What you can see here on the map, it looks like South Korea, but it isn't actually South Korea. What you're looking at here is, if I'm not mistaken, a comparison to Norway and Sweden. As for the units, I'm going to start with Red 4 first, just for the fun of it. Normally, this is a North Korean unit. I'm going to try to not say that too often. Normally, this is, because these are generally all North Korean units with a bunch of Chinese mixed in later and some USSR once you're approaching this area. What we have here is the 3rd Security Regiment, 44 units of infantry. Granatomets, Strelas, a couple of prams, some strop, bunch of reconnaissance units, including Specialny Jednotki, Pram-S and Su-22 M4. And as you can tell, all standard vanilla units, no more Ashen Shadows. Which is, in a way, annoying, because it means I'm going to have to relearn these units. You'd be surprised how quickly you can get your mental values overridden for these units. Now that's not all. No, this is the real meat of the battle. 98 units of infantry. So combine that with this one, you have 130. 98 units of infantry, consisting of Gorno 90s, with their medium-range ATGM, Concours, Iglas, Modestrelki. To top it all off, they all come in the BMP-3, Nonas, T-62 MVs, a bunch of reconnaissance units, BMPTs, but not 2 or 4. No, we got 16 in this battle group, and a bunch of Su-22s. That's what I have that's going to oppose me in Aalesund. Aalesund at the moment is guarded by just 56, well, just, in brackets, just 56 units of infantry. Volkskamjäger 90 with a very, very good transport. Gewehrman, RBS, and Stormer. Besides that, we have a lot of support units. Short range AA, AA guns, if you want to call them that. NM106 mortars and NM109 howitzers. A bunch of Leopards, although they are not stellar. Reconnaissance units, tow units, and a bunch of ships. Normally you get, I think, 1 Donghae and a couple of STRB-90, but only 2 of these. And I think you get some monitors. I think the monitor Zippo is what you get in this battle group. This time around they also gave me a couple of anti-ship missile launchers, the MOBA. Now the MOBA initially will not be useful, but at some point there could be a marine group coming in. And that means that is when these things become very handy. Lofsdalen is being defended by T-72 M1 mods and M1 PAAVs. A couple of marksmen for AA defense and some artillery. A couple of AA to guide them. Although it's not sheerly AA, it's a mixed support company. We have AA in here, we have artillery, that's a LAK 91 and 84, the RAKH with standard HE, ITO 90, Sergei. For some reason we have a couple of BMPTs as well, and a bunch of Jet Rangers. Oh, and yeah, some infantry. And over on the east I have my infantry regiment. Did I just say me infantry regiment? My infantry regiment. ITO 86, Yekeri and Panzer Yekeri, as well as more support units, T-72 M1s, and a couple of those quad reconnaissance units. And finally, a couple of ATGM units. Fortunately, we're all starting with high cohesion, but that works 2 ways. These guys are also starting with very high cohesion, which means it's going to be quite difficult, if not outright impossible, to hold off these battle groups. Especially if you're considering that I'm going up against not just 4 or 8 T-72BUs, no, they have 24. T-72 1989s, 1987s, B1s, and T-72As. So, as you can tell, just by this, well, pretty random selection of units, there is a fuck ton of stuff coming at me. Let's see what I can call in. We have the Ark Royal Task Force, but first I want the Norway Navy group. I can call them in. Oh, we have another group. Baku, Pohang, OHPs, and LCUs. This is Oliver Hazaperi's F-16 Block 15s with more anti-ship missile, and a couple of Chamsri and a bunch of LCUs. This is not a very good group. Normally I would send one of these guys all the way west to try and intercept another naval combat group, notably the Navy Marine Regiment here. I wonder if that's going to be a good idea. They have 4 Ludas. Ludas are armed with 6-kilometer range anti-ship missiles. We have Chongju, Shanghai, Yuqing, Shantao, and Muna. Which would I rather have here? I think I'd rather have the Pohangs here. That means I can send the Navy group to, or the Escort Flotilla 4 west. What else does the Task Force Ark Royal have? We have Harrier GR5s with standard HE bombs. We have Harrier GR7s with standoff paveways. Bulldogs. Jesus, Harriers galore. And Seed aircraft. Not terribly happy about that. As for land units, infantry regiments, armor battalions. Again, I'm not exactly sure if I can trust these definitions. 38 infantry regiment, Panzerskeiten 90 with the STRV 9040, a couple of AA guys and AT guys. Although while these have very high AT values, their range is extremely limited, which very much limits their use. Amos, LVKV 90, RBS 70s, Vamskarjägere, bunch of anti-tank units. Armor battalion. Now we're getting somewhere. STRV 121s, 103 Deltas, and 105s. Pretty good units, especially I like the 103D. Normally you don't see these on the battlefield. IKV 105s, and again the RBS 56 AGGM. Mixed Arty Company, Bacan 1C, Bacan 1A, and the Vic 40, as well as 28 units of infantry. Okay, Air Defense Company, 6 short-range Recon AA Jeeps, Recon AA APCs, and RBS 67 Hawks for airplane defense. And finally, Air Supply Company, FOB, Flying Helos, or Flying Logistics Units, and RBS 90s. Okay, Lightning Brigade, Mech Infantry, Ilstadsgruppe, no good IFVs unfortunately. Bunch of fire supporters, Wildcat, Spijderne, TOW2s, and PNMK. Armor Battalion. You call that an armor battalion? These are Leopards, damn it. I am going up against something that has a lot more firepower than a Leopard 1A5. Of course, yeah, well, it does depend on where I sent these guys. If I send these to counter this battle group, and yeah, it's going to take them a while to get there, but they might get there eventually, those could still come in handy. So yeah, I'm definitely going to call in the armor battalion, if only for a start. Next, attack helicopter group. That's an interesting definition if I just have a couple of TOW2s and 20 mils. Jaeger and 90 recon guys, FKPs and Lynxes, these guys are all elite. And finally a mixed support company. Militia, terrible AA, and EOTS Hawk or iHawk automatics, iHawks, RDs, Cayuse, and Opkladung. This is one of those battle groups that you just cannot leave on their own. They're a sort of force multiplier, but on their own they're very, very useless. Okay, starting out with the armor battalions. Oh, actually, I still have some units here, of course. We have the Special Aviation Battalion. 12 Kustjäger 90 and a couple of ATGM helicopters. I am not too eager about trying to defend Sundsvall. Sundsvall is a very open map, and this is where all those tanks are going to come thundering down on me. 132 with 140 infantry units just from the 6th Infantry. And Jesus Christ. 280 infantry. 86 support units. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Okay. This is a very, very valuable battle group. In the sense that they have a lot of high value units. Still, these guys are not going to hold a candle to whatever I can expect here. At least on this map I might be able to survive. Ish. So I am happily going to stay here. If they move in, they're going to take Sundsvall. And it's going to take them one turn to get there, then another to get here. If that happens... Let's see, this is that group that has Tunguskas. How much other AA do you carry? Plenty. ZSUs are not targetable, but their range against helicopters is not that good. OSAs can be targeted. Okay. What the hell? This is a tank company with embedded planes? I didn't know they could do that. ZSU 57-2. Okay, so this battle group, this whole bunch, is not too good in dealing with helicopters. Well, that is as soon as I'm able to snipe their AA. I am going to have to use some cheese tactics on this one. Whether I like it or not. First reserve. Oh my god. You gave me charioteers? Ugh. Nostovaki. Panzerjägeri. Finally something that has a bit of a punch on them. Rasina Nakurima. Sorry, Raskasin Kurima. And Ito 78. Ugh. Not good. I'm going to need either a lot of air power in Uppsala, or I'm going to have to try and get some sort of overwhelming firepower there. Now, as I said, I'm going to have to cheese some of these fights, because I cannot take these battle groups head on. So, you're going to see me CV snipe, whether you like it or not. First, Naval Forces. The Armor Battalion, you're going to go here, you're going to move up. Next, the Mechanized Infantry, I'm not a big fan. Attack Helicopter Squadron, TOW-2s could be handy. You're going to go one element and go on R&R for cohesion. The Infantry Regiment here, Panzerskite, RBS and 56. Yeah, this is a pretty diverse group. I think I can make those work. What am I sending forward? Oh right, the Leopard ones. That Special Aviation group is one that I want to keep flexible. I want to try and pounce onto an enemy battle group if it's been weakened. So you're going to go to Bergen. In Bergen, we have FSK, AT, mortars, more AT. Why are these in the vehicle tab? And... oh, my bad. These are AA, not AT. Right, that makes sense. And we have Storm Engineer, NASAMs, NOAAs, M270s, more artillery. You're going here. What can I expect in this battle group? Oh. I hadn't quite expected that. T-80UMs, T-80Us, T-55 AMVs. If you thought that I was going to be able to snipe those, absolutely not. Tunguska M's are going to be able to defend those. The one good thing is that they don't have any APS anymore. So all that armor, or sorry, not armor, all that active protection system that the AI gets on their tanks is gone. Meaning I should have an easier time to at least do some damage against these things. But that's unfortunately not the only AA they have. They have 12 Book M1s, OSAs, and further OSAs. And Iglas, Jesus, this is one massive or AA group. Yeah, what am I defending with? T-72s. Huh. Oh, and Kartenjekeri. Is this a joke? This is never gonna hold. I could send these forward, but I'd pretty much be sending them to their death. I think I'm gonna have to put up a fight in Bergen. Have I ever fought on this map? Yes, I have. Okay, wide open. That is good for my ATGM units. So I'm gonna keep my vehicle group, my special forces company here for now. These special forces company. That's anti-infantry. Erskoja Jekeri. And the Pere. Oh! See, this has potential. This thing, while it won't one-shot an enemy tank, will at least do a fair bit of damage to them. I'm not even going to try doing this battle. I'm going to turtle up. Alesund. R&R. The artillery company just came in. The air defense group. It's always handy to have a couple of those on standby. Mixed arty company. That was the Bacans. We'll see when these come in handy. How about Air Force? 156 attack. MLUs, Draken, and cluster bombs. Could be handy. This was one of those groups that did come with a couple of tanks, as well as AA. How much AA do you have? Strops. Shit. Do I have any seed aircraft anywhere? I know I have some of them on the naval group. The Harrier, was that Sea Harrier FA2? Yeah. Alright, you boys, you're going over to Alesund. Other Air Force units, 156 attack, or 152nd attack. SK-60Bs. Oh my god, these things are atrocious. We're going up against these guys with air-to-air rockets. These are aircraft which have 0% ECM. And napalm bombers. What are you doing to me? Okay, 160 first fighters are Gripen, Viggen with that high-end cluster bomb, and Viggen with AT and AA. Those could come in handy. Now, as for the last units that I can call in, I don't want to have too many forces over here. I think that's risky. Because I'm not sure how long that Ark Royal is going to be around. So the last thing I can call in is the mechanized. I can call in all of these if I want to. Yeah, might as well. Air Supply Company and a mixed anti-air. Or mixed support, rather. Oh, we have... Holy crap. This is the 216 attack. MiG-21st BIS. Hawk 51. MiG-21 F-13 with rocket pods. Could be handy. Avia-28s. 1500 kilogram bombs with 24 HE. This is a joke. And the MiG-29 F-13s. Alright, we're going to assign those to Bergen. Assign. Now this means that whatever happens, I'm going to have to hold on to Bergen. This thing just has too many aircraft, which I cannot afford to lose. I think that I have used pretty much all the units at the moment. Some aircraft I haven't quite used. But these already have 6 Harriers and a bunch of fighters and air-to-ground. Okay. End. They're coming. Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. The question is, how much are they bringing exactly? And where are they attacking first? Show me. Alesund. Here they come. 110 units of infantry. With 28 support units, including radar-guided AA, which I can snipe. Once these are dead, I still have 16 Igla Ns to contend with. But I might have a stab at going for Ongjin. Besides that, we have 32 tanks, a bunch of Spetsnaz, 88 support units, or vehicles rather, and 82 airplanes. Holy shit. To defend, 76 units of infantry, 56 support units, including NASAMs, so I should be able to snipe at least a couple of those airplanes using both the NASAMs and the NOAAs. 20 tanks, 32 recon units, 8 HGM vehicles, 18 planes, and 38 naval units. Especially with 6 LCUs and these guys, I should be able to snipe quite a few of these vehicles while they're coming through. The ones that can shoot back at my STB-90s are potentially the concourse carriers. The BMPTs I'm not too concerned with. T-62s, although I massively outrange those. BMP-3s. These have all the range that they need to deal damage to my units. They have 4 points of cohesion, 1200 starting points, 1400. Okay. Enough chatter. Let's get kicking. And there's going to be a lot of kicking. And screaming, probably. Although I hope not on my part. Now, prime objective. Secure these sectors and hold on to them. Especially Bergen. And I know that you guys like to see me go on the offensive. But in this situation, I just don't think that's viable. I don't really see how I could reliably go on the offensive and survive. Especially that second part would be very nice. The and survive element. Now what I do have and that they don't are the Donghaes. These things have a ground range of 3.1. They carry a fair bit of ammunition. And they could screen against airplanes if I park them here. If they do send in air, they are likely going to fly directly over my ships if I'm able to kite. And I think I can. So I'm going to have the Donghaes present themselves not so much as a target, but as a potential anti-airplane solution. I want the SRB-90Hs ready to go. And this first battle is going to focus on just bruising them as much as possible. Just dealing as much damage as I possibly can. As for reconnaissance, I'm going to try and sneak a recon unit to this position and see what I can see using that Marine Jaeger. Leaves me with 290 points. Now I still haven't actually put any defensive units down. For sheer AP duties, I think that the Volkskamjäger would be most ideal. Let's see, these are pretty good, but they're not elite. These are 15. Yeah, we're going to go with Volkskamjäger. That is all I can afford right now. Alright, you're going to move up. All of you are going to move up. We have captured that sector. We have 16 points of income per second. That's a lot. Okay. These toes. They should be able to provide me with a fair bit of damage at decent range. A couple defending this place. I'm going to try and call in at least one of my seed aircraft to try and snipe these as quickly as possible. I want most of the STRB-90s holding back. Donghaes moving forward. Can we? Yes, we can move them upriver. if I want to. I also have the LCUs and the Chamsery, but the Chamsery I don't really see a purpose for. Not yet. See, the Donghaes can barely reach this part right now. Let's call in a plane. Need you to move here, unload, and pretty much get back onto your transport. Let's see what's going to happen. Join in a fighter. Just the quiet before the storm, isn't it? Oh. That came from somewhere over here. Somewhere in that tree line. Huh. Okay. Scout a little bit. I have the Mjolnir, or the Viggen with the Mjolnir. That should allow me to deal a good portion of damage. I hope it's going to be enough. Just to try and weaken especially the BMP-3s for a bit. But I do need eyes on them. And I need to make sure that there are no AA solutions which are focusing my aircraft. What is the AI up to? They captured Foxtrot, that's down there. Now I have a lot of fire support units available, especially artillery, but they're not too accurate. These are a fair bit better, and if I just need to hit everything, I can go for the M270. I wonder if the AI knows how to work these battle groups. I'm not sure yet. Let's bring in the Viggen. If I can find that command unit and bomb it, I will immediately do so. Come on. Whoa. Fairly good chance they have it deployed over there. I just hope that I don't get my ass hit. Jesus. Oh, the Conqueror's going right back into the tree line. Yeah, that is absolutely the right place to go with those cluster bombs coming in. That was 130 points and ACV. I like it. Get back here. Around. You have 460 kilometer autonomy. We're going to make use of that. Now, since they're not actively hunting me on this part, I might as well try to get some more damage in. I think the AI doesn't quite know how to use the battle group. Because pretty much their best bet is just to come right at me and do as much damage as possible, using as many units as possible. Let's get the Sea Harrier in again. See what you can spot. Drop a cluster right about here. Sea Harrier doesn't have anything. Viggen coming in. Dropping off. Does that line up? Oh yes it does. That's 2 units killed. A Concourse and a BMPT. Well, they have plenty of those left. I'm not worried. I am curious, however. Where is their force, their main force? Because this is not it. So we can train these up a little. Vegans are not ideal, but we can train up that accuracy a little. And this is why they need training. Because they're shit. Go for the BMPT. See if you can cluster bomb it. What's their maneuvers like? 500, 750. Yeah, sure, why would you drop anything? Go for the BMPT, side shot, maybe. Hold up. Hold up. You're getting in range. Fall back. Kill one. That's their bloody command unit. Not sure if he actually killed the BMPT. I'm gonna go with no. Are you in range again? Yeah, you were. These things are not really made to last. At all. Right, so that's where your command unit is. What sort of command am I looking at? BMP-1K. I can handle that. Couple of those Concours M's coming this way. You drop it here? Do you have time for that? Maybe. Alright, you're definitely not going to fight again. You and you. Snipe. So much for your ATGM jeeps. If you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough. These things are all perfectly parked together. I hope my arty can hit that. They're still aiming. You're taking your sweet time. Why are they not attacking? Okay, a couple of rounds airborne. Might as well have some fun with the 270s. You never know what you're going to hit. Oh, no you're not. Oh, no you're not. All of these units just started moving the moment the arty shells arrived. The BMP took a good hit and should not be around for much longer. Provided that he didn't decide to run off. That's just nasty. LCU. Boom. There's your command unit dead. BMPT taking hellfires. They can sustain quite a few of these. That's good. They're pretty valuable units. 60 points. Definitely infantry killing capability on those. Fuck. I can't handle that. Not this helicopter. Congrats. Between the two of you, you killed one. Close. Oh! Units. Vegan didn't drop. Try again, Vegan. I want you repaired, and I want a next helicopter here. Hold on, what? They decided to relocate? Or something? I think they're relocating. Ooh. You're really cutting stuff close here. Get over here. Else you should fix them up. These have a range of 2100. Since the AI isn't quite taking the bait, I'm going to try to relocate the ships, get some damage in that way. The other one's being repaired. I haven't taken any real losses so far, I think. Let's do an airstrike. 1, 2, 3. I want the Sea Harrier in first. Oh, contacts. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, I don't know, 3. Clear skies. No active AA radars. Hold off on 3. Bombs away. Sea Harrier away. Not bad. But I'm pretty sure there's more. Speaking of more, what is this? Why are you all here? I mean, I don't mind you guys coming in one by one, but it's unusual. Again, swarm tactics. And trust me that these things are not out of fuel. If those are BMP-3s, they can generally go for miles and miles without refueling. Couple BMP-Ts coming down the roads. Again, let's get the Vig in some more training. Provided we can target anything at all. Yep, that was the BMP-T. Come on, provide a target. 40 points. Who else? Yeah, you're refueling. It's one of my planes. Let's put the RD on a hotkey. Actually, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's see. 5, fire here. 6, there. 7, and 8. I don't really expect any kills here, but you never know what might turn up. Maybe some thin-skinned AA vehicles or stuff like that. And it is just nice to look at. Now, my Donghae should be here soon. Yep, they're here. Ah, there you are. Now we're getting some traffic. I was wondering when they'd show up, because they only have 5 minutes left. It's not like the AI can take their sweet time getting here. That was a shitty bombing run. I want you to push in. Is this better? Oh, you guys are going amphibious. Yeah, not really. I don't, however, think that the infantry was inside. Because I keep killing vehicles, but that is about it. There's nothing else really in here. Or seemingly. Fortunately, I don't have helicopter infantry. That would be very handy in this fight. More traffic on the bridge. It seems like they're again going off script. Kill one. That was a dud. Drop it here. Not too close, sir. If you want to live. Because you got Arcans flying at you. Did you just shrug that off? I think you just did. Okay, shit's about to get real. Let's go for the arty. I'm gonna call in all the tanks. And I mean all the tanks, because you guys are always complaining that I end up with way too many points. And you may, in fact, not be wrong. Figure 1, Drop it off. Let's get these toes back into safety for now. Cluster bomb here, please. You somehow didn't drop. Cluster bomb there. They don't seem to have enough time to lock onto something. Here are the leopards. There's the other group of leopards. Do I have mortars? I do have mortars. Good. Let's have some fun with the mortars. Nice drop! Jäger working. BMP-3 coming close. This thing finally gets to use its autocannon, but too late. BMP-T or BMP-1P coming down the road. This is why I had the leopards here. Ambush this road. Let's get a Reg V. They are starting to fire HGMs. That's not something that a Leopard 1A5 really appreciates. Just fly in general and we'll see what you hit. Drop it there. Come on. There you go, 60 points. That seems to be infantry. But is that AA or recon team? Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. Spetsnaz VMF teams. Get your gems at the ready and kill. These leopards. Move up. Reg V is in position. I want you to move up. Taking a bit of fire, although these things can take it. Figan. 1, 2 seconds. 2, 1, 2 seconds, and next. And those things rearm very, very quickly. That really helps me. Now I have 90 seconds to do as much damage to these guys as possible. I just hope that I can kill a bunch more, although I don't know if I can get to 1200 points. That might be a bit too ambitious. More leopards here. I want you guys to go wide. Vigan, drop on top of that BMP-3. 70% destruction points. Vigan's ready to go. So long as you guys stay out of range, you should be fine. Very nice. Well done, Vigan. Infantry was inside. That's 65 points. 1000 points left in 90 seconds. I don't see it. You guys don't have the range. 15 points, another 15. And here goes Stroke, but I don't think I can get 1000 points in 15 seconds unless I stumble across a whole bunch of artillery. But I don't see those in a pinch. Alright. It's coming somewhere out of those trees. Okay, battle done. What do we have? 3,000 points in kills. That was 2 command units, 20 points of, or 20 units of infantry, 1 tank, 6 Spetsnaz, 8 BMPT, so they cut those in half. Bunch of concours, no planes. Lots and lots of value left. Losses? 1. 1 Leopard, 1 A5NO, thanks to a BMP-3's missile. Okay, well, we're going to be seeing those guys again, and again, and again, and again. Next up is going to be a naval fight. I'm going to keep this one for next episode, because this one's going to run for 49 minutes already, and I foresee a lot of episodes for this one. So you're going to be having this one probably tomorrow. For now, I hope you enjoy this campaign. It's looking like it's going to be a really, really long one. So strap in, because there is a ton of Russians and not just Russians, come to think of it, coming down from the north. I wonder what sort of European and US battle groups I will be getting for reinforcement. We're just going to have to play along and see what just pops up. But I think this could be really interesting and quite challenging considering these high numbers that the enemy is going to be throwing at me. Anyway, we'll see next time. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of it down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time.